Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So let's proceed. Let's continue with our topic. Last time I teach about while loop. Now we're going to proceed to I don't know. Last time we talked about for loops. Now we're going to talk about while loops. So while loop, this is like another alternative to for loop. Well, this is an alternative to for loop. So this is how we do it in for loop, right? What about for while loop? So the way it works is that it works like this. First, for example, you assign a variable count here. So we assign a count variable equals 0, and then after that it will then proceed to this line. For this line, uh, the way you read it is that while the count is less than 3, you do the following. Okay, so again, count is equal to 0, and then after that you read this as while the count is less than 3, you do the following. So since count is equal to 0 and count is less than 3, so this would be this would be true. So this will be read as while true, right? Because the output of this is a true. So while true, do this, right? So in this case, this is true because count is less than 3. So it will print first this one. So count is, and then count, which is 0. We have here 0, right? Count is 0. And then after that, it will add increment count with 1. So from 0, count will become count plus 1. So that's how it that's the longest code for that one. And so as you can see here, after printing count is 0, it will run this, which is it will increment count by 1. So from 0, count 0 plus 1 becomes 1, and so the value of count now equals 1. And then it will go back here and check if count is less than 3. So now count is 1, not 0 anymore because we have incremented it, and so 1 is still less than 3. Sorry, I have to do that pause because of some noise in the background. Anyways, so I have to adjust my audio to actually so that you don't hear the background noise. So where we were, so yeah, so count is now 1, so 1 is less than 3, and so therefore it will run this again because this is true, because we said here while this is true, we do this, right? So 1 is less than 3, and that is true. So therefore, while true, we proceed to this one. So count this time around is 1 because we've incremented it previously, and so it printed that 1. And then after that, we further increment it. This time around becomes 2, right? Because count was 1 and then plus 1 becomes 2, and then assign it to this one. So count now becomes 2. Then it will check again, is count less than 3? So count this time around is 2, and it is still less than 3, and so it will still proceed in doing the following. And so it will print count is 2, and then again it will increment the value. So 2 plus 1 becomes 3, and then assign it to count again, so it becomes 3. So as you can see here, count this time around is 3, and so evaluating this comparison operator, 3 is less than 3 is false because 3 is equal to 3, and so it will stop, right? Because this will return a false, right? It will only do this if this is true, right? And so that's how it works behind the scene, okay? That's how it works, the while loop, right? So I'm not sure if I have to show you that part, but that's how it works. And also again, this one, the shortcut for this one, for this statement, is just something like this one. So yeah, so that's the while loop. And if you still have some questions on that one, you can just search the web, but about it. There you go. Now let's proceed and also cover this topic. This is comments. So comments, I guess for the sake of organizing my videos in YouTube, let's just have that as a separate video. Assalamualaikum.